Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I brought in this dwarf ash tree. Let me stool back a bit. This is a dwarf ash tree. I bought this as a bigger tree, and it was had a kind of twirl at the bottom, and then it was straight, and then it had this at the top, and a few more branches which I chopped off. But it didn't look right, so I chopped the top off, planning on just growing the bottom as a new start. And the bottom never grew; it just sat in the pot, still sitting in the pot, not growing. And this was the top that I just cut off, and rather than throw it in the bin, I decided I'd just wire it into a pot. Because there was no roots or nothing; it was just a cutting, and I just wired it into this little pot to hold it in, filled it with soil, and it grew. So this grew, but the tree that's still in the original pot, which I cut this off, didn't grow, so it's a bit weird. So I want to get it out of this pot now. It probably doesn't need a repotting as such, only that it's been in here probably this will be kind of going into its second year now. And first of all, the pot is kind of a shape that you don't want it to get pot bound, or you'd end up having to bust the pot to get it out. You have to smash the pot to get it out. And two, I want to have a look at the roots and see how it's doing, and just maybe put it into a different pot, maybe put it back in this one. But we'll just have a look at it, because like I said, I haven't seen it since I tied it into this pot. So we'll get some wire cutters, and we'll I didn't wire it through the bottom or anything, so I just kind of tied it to the pot and stop it moving, and just held it on the pot like that. And it seemed to be growing quite well last year, so we'll see how it's developed roots or what the story is. A bit of bark peeling there. It's like it's died back, that bit there was okay. Hopefully we can get it out of the pot easy enough. Yeah, it's pretty stuck in there, which is kind of good in a way, so I know there's plenty of roots on it, but it's also, like I said, the shape of this pot not great for growing trees in, because as soon as the roots fill the pot, then it's nearly impossible to get it out. Start to get rid of these weeds off the top, and give it a bit of wiggle room. I can't remember, did I put this into like some sphagnum moss, or did I just put it straight into just bonsai soil? I'm hoping just bonsai soil. We'll get a bit of movement now. I don't want to damage the roots if I can, if there is some good roots on it. I'm not sure even how long it is, I can't remember how long it was when I put it in. Well, it's got plenty of roots anyway. Yeah, I think I might try and find a better pot. Okay, there it is. Okay, so yeah, we got plenty of roots with it. Amazing that grew as a cutting, and the tree itself didn't grow at all. It's got plenty of roots anyway. Let's just have a look. Get that out without damaging too many roots. So we got okay, it's cleaning off. That seemed to root really well. Maybe I'll get the bottom of it and just show you it in a minute. You'll see where I cut it off. Okay, so I'll just move this out the way, and I will go and wash these roots off, and then I'll get the bottom so you can have a look at it, where it all came from, and then we'll see how we get on with it. Okay, so this is where I cut it off. You can see, and nothing came of it. It was kind of, what way was it? It was kind of like that, and it was just a kind of very ugly kind of a thing. So I decided to keep this. I was debating whether to cut this off and just keep that bottom branch, but for now we'll keep it all. But it's just funny that this never took. Even these cuttings, I'm not sure, these were just 2 little cuttings that I cut off this and stuck in. Yeah. Even they feel like they've taken. So maybe we'll repot them as well into some little pots. So I'll just put that out of the way for now. Okay. So yeah, it's actually grown all the way around pretty good. It's got a nice root spread. I don't think I'm going to cut any roots off it this time. I'm just going to repot it and let the roots grow on a bit more before I go root pruning it too much. Now I just need to decide on a pot. I'm not going to put it back on this one because you saw how difficult it is to get out. So I do have some other pots here I could maybe use. I have this one, it might be a little bit small. I have this one that I repaired with the gold. Again, a bit small. This kind of cascadey pot. I'm not sure what way I want to plant the tree. Do I want it cascading? Maybe it doesn't have to be in a cascade pot. Maybe it can be in a flat pot. Let me have a look what else I've got. Now I do have this one that I could put it into, which is not a bad size, quite a nice size for it. The only downfall with this pot is it only has 2 tie down holes. I could drill some more or maybe thread some small wire through, but because this is going to be kind of very top heavy, I want to really make sure it's solid. Now I do have this one, which I think will work pretty good too. It's quite small, but is it too small? I'm trying to find one with some good ties in it that I can tie it in good and solid. Let me keep looking. Okay, after going through half a dozen pots, I've decided that this is probably the best size for it. The rest are either miles too big or just a bit too small, so we'll go with this one. Okay, so we'll put a bit of soil in the bottom, have a bit of drainage screen in there. Decide now in what way I want to tie it, maybe this way. Still got a good bit of room for the roots to grow, but we can change it again next year if need be, if it starts to grow it. I could like that put it in a bigger pot, but it would be kind of lost in it, the pots I have, and it would look a bit silly. And I know it would probably help the roots grow a bit better, but they're growing pretty good at the moment, so I shouldn't have any problems. Just want to be careful with this. I don't want to over tighten it, then I'm damaging any roots. But I do want to make sure it's holding in the tree good and solid, because it is quite top heavy, especially when it's leafed out. Okay, that's solid in there. Okay, so we'll just fill that in now with some soil. Carefully work it in. More. Like that. I'm not 100% sure yet on the styling of it. Maybe a kind of a windswept. Might be a nice one on a rock or a cliff face or something. Or maybe in a long tray. I was thinking of putting it in this one. So you've got like a long tray and it kind of at one end might look alright. Now I have some wire on it here, which I need to kind of. This was on it all. I must put this on the last time. I was looking at it just to bend them down a bit. Like that. Okay, so I think that's ready to go. I'll get watered. Again, I'm not too sure on the front whether this will be the front or this, and like I said, maybe I take this top off and keep just the bottom bit. Maybe I don't know. We'll play with that another time. For now, we just wanted to keep growing. So let's have a look at these cuttings now and see. Take them out. We can maybe separate them, put them into a pot of their own. I have to empty it out because they seem to have plenty of roots on it. Let's get over to it. Like I said, I have no idea why the main tree didn't grow. The fact that the cuttings all grew. There's even another little one there, has that one got roots on it? I think it might have. Okay, so that's one, really. soil is very wet because I just watered the trees a while ago. So I should have done this before I watered them, but without cutting, it's growing, but there's no roots on it, so we won't bother with that. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, as you can see, there's these roots even attached to this. It's unusual. Strange that it never grow. It does have a few little roots on it. We'll wash it and we'll repot it just to save us. We'll wash the 3 of these off. Okay, so we have a couple little pots here. We'll put these in too. I'm just going to put a drainage screen in the bottom. Get a bit for the big one too. Okay, so this guy, I'm not too sure what sort of tree this is going to make one day, but I'll just prune its roots back just a little bit, and this can go in here. It's a bit strange at the moment, but I haven't seen these before, these dwarf ash trees, so I do want to try and hopefully get them to grow. Otherwise I probably wouldn't bother with this one, but just to be safe. So that's that one. Now this guy, this has a lot of roots on it. Take off that piece at the bottom. We'll just trim these back a little bit so they've fit in the pot a bit better. A bit of soil in the bottom first. We'll worry about the roots in the next repotting. This is just to get them growing this year. Maybe I'll trim this root a little shorter. Tuck the rest in there. Fill it up. Something been chewing on this. It's been a mouse or something. It hasn't completely ringed it, but it almost did. This one branch here. So we may lose that branch, but it should be okay. The tree itself will survive, hopefully. The rest of it. I might actually just cut this branch back a little bit and this one just to take some of the weight off it. Okay. So that's the two of them. We'll just move them out the way a minute. Now, let's have a look at this guy. Well, I may as well repot it. I don't know, was it roots rotting or what? Probably was. But we'll repot it and see. It does have roots on it, as you can see. We'll give it one last chance. We'll put it into this little pot so it's not as much soil in that. Fill that up. Maybe it's holding too much moisture or something, I don't know. Doesn't seem to have a lot of roots on it now. It's like they've rotted away or something. It's a bit of a twisty root there, but again we'll deal with that the next time if it grows. In. We'll see. If it grows, it grows. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But at least we'll give it one last chance. The pot seems to be holding a lot of moisture in it, so maybe it rotted or something. We'll see. Trying to see if they... I'm not entirely sure if the trunk is dead or not, dried out, but it might send up some new shoots. We'll see. Okay, so we'll get them out, we'll put them on the bench. So the two of them and these two little guys, and we'll put them on the bench. We'll give them a good water and keep them out the wind until they've taken, and hopefully with a bit of luck these will survive. I'm sure that one will, and we'll just see what happens with that one. So that's it for this one, guys. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.